So here's America, and we go to the doctor, and doctor, we have a problem. What? We're infected with political BS. It's over the top. The political lies, BS, garbage, corruption. It's just, we can't take it anymore. And can you prescribe something? And the doctor says, yes, I will prescribe Donald Trump as your political antibiotic. Right? Period. There you go. Now, the politicians have abused you and used you and lied to you, and there's a couple other words, but I'm not going to use them. And they think, and I love this, they think that we cannot see through their direction. We cannot see through where they're going. So they're out there right now, thanks to Mitch McConnell. Remember, Mitch McConnell sent Claire McCaskill home to campaign, right? I don't want to go there. I have to get the nitro out, okay? So I got to get but Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer made a deal, and they sent their Democrats home to campaign. So what they have to do is they have to send the safety candidate. The safety. No matter what she says or does, okay, nothing's going to happen to her. So they send out, it's like Noah's Ark. Let me put it there. You remember they sent the bird out, bird comes back. What happened? Homing pigeon. No, I mean, the list goes on. So they got to send that out and see what happens to it. And who better to use to see what the Democrats can and can't say? See what direction they can and can't go in. And they can't stand it because a guy like me figures it out just like that. I got this down pat. I'm as arrogant as this. I see everywhere these lousy people are going, trying to keep it into the good words. Play this little clip, Richie. You got that ready?
Be president, most likely for the rest of this term. I just hope he has the ability to learn and to change. And if he does, he can be a good president. And that's my hope.
May have heard there the crowd.
Okay. So you got to use Dianne Feinstein. Okay. And she says it just candidly. She lets you know. So you got to float this out. She's letting Democrats out there know, and Antifa, if you're listening, he is going to be president for 4 years. So the Russian thing's not going to take him down. He's going to be president for 4 years. So that's one thing she floats out. The second thing is he could be a good president. He could be. That possibility's out there, okay? So she floats that out. Now, later in the day, she has to retract it. She has to go and find a camera, and we don't want to show that right now. She has to go and find a camera, and that is the princess, that is the lady, the San Francisco lady, Dianne Feinstein, former mayor of San Francisco, okay? Just off the top of my head. I don't know where I store all this stuff, okay? Anyhow, so she could do that. But so later in the day, after she gets beat up, she goes and finds a camera and retracts what she said. Well, I really didn't mean he could be a good. So she goes and says she's sorry because she wants to bring it down a little bit. But the whole goal was to see what would stick, see how bad it would be, see how fast the Twitter sphere and all of the social media of their side would go crazy, all right? So they could do some filtering. California Senator, this came from the San Diego Union Tribune. This was August 31st. That was just yesterday. California Senator Dianne Feinstein. Donald Trump could be a good president. California Senator Dianne Feinstein says she thinks President Trump could be a good president if he's able to change. All right. Later in the day, she had to, I could go through this article and break it down, but I want to get into why this happened and what the strategy is. So Claire McCaskill's in Missouri. Okay, let's put the lovely Claire up there. She's in Missouri, okay? And, here she is sitting on a table, stunned, shocked that she actually has to run for office and prove that she is the right candidate for the job, for the great people of Missouri, the show me state. She thought she had shown them everything, and now she has to start all over. Missouri, Republican governor. Missouri, send it to me if I'm wrong, Republican State House, okay? Missouri, I think the second senator is a Republican, right? Yeah, right, second senator is a Republican. So she has got, not as bad, but she's almost got what we call that Joe Manchin. She's affected by the Joe Manchin effect. We call it that, right? West Virginia. So she doesn't know, she's trying to figure out where she's going in this state. So Donald Trump goes to Springfield, Arizona, bypasses the French's mustard factory. Hey folks, I go down there, I head down towards Springfield, out of St. Louis, you know, Anheuser-Busch making the water instead of beer. Thank you very much. And I'm down there and I look to the left, it says French's mustard. It's an acquired taste when you get older. I love mustard. All right, now moving right along. Here's the strategy. Feinstein throws it out, sticks it on the wall. She gets a feel of how bad it'll be. In a nutshell, Republicans in areas will run against the President of the United States, and they will claim that they are the candidate that will go push back against Trump. They think that will work. Democrats, on the other hand, in certain areas, my prediction, will actually be running campaigns, and they will utter words like they could work with the president. Watch. Now, they won't say, I will work with the president. They say, I can work with the president where we can find common ground for the good people of Missouri. I can look at what the president has. If it's good for the people of Missouri, I have a willingness to work with. I see where we could come together. I look for all those nice little sentences, taglines out there. I think the president has some good ideas that the Senate, if you send me back, I'm willing to look at. I can go on and on. Now, I did a story here, and it's on video. I did a story a while back, okay, that I went through the 8 senators that are in trouble, okay, 8 senators that are in trouble, and I pinned out what their issues will be. And I'm so on target with this. This will be the campaign where Republicans will run against the president and the Democrats will run with the president. Now, not as strong, okay? Republicans won't come out and, say, the ones that are really trying to win are not going to come out and really maybe do commercials on his mental stability. We'll see what Jeff Flake gets pushed to in Arizona. But they're going to push back. And the Democrats are going to see where they can find common ground. And guess what? We're not fooled by any of them. Period. None of them. Okay? Not a one. Now, MSNBC, you got something, Richie? I'm getting to feel when you really got something. You get that lean in like, hey, I got something. I want. What do you got? Go with it. Go with it.
Well, the interesting thing is if they do that, they run the risk of losing the base. And if they do it too early, then you'll see them get primaried. I mean, we saw this in 2010 and 2012 in the Republican Party where all these Tea Party folks primaried establishment Republicans and beat them. So if you're Claire McCaskill, you got to figure out when the right time is going to be to say that. Because I got it right here. Trump beat Hillary Clinton by 600,000 votes at 19% of the total vote. So she's in a catch-22.
Exactly. But you hit on a great point. They got to figure out when. That's why Diane Feinstein floated some stuff yesterday to see how fast the reaction would be. Feinstein there's no trouble for her. She could say, if you think Diane Feinstein went there and said Trump could be a good president and did not know what she was saying, and did not know what the purpose was, and did not know the cameras were rolling, and that somebody was going to get that out immediately, right?
It's a perpetual focus group with them.
I'm just telling you, we are so far ahead of watching what they're doing. And Missouri, this lady's in trouble. And that's why Donald went there. He won overwhelmingly in Missouri.